Spain's been very odd this session. Yeah, Spain just seems to have completely lost the plot so far today. Like last session I was like, yeah, okay, Spain's doing well. This is good. Today, don't know what's got into them. Half asleep at the keyboard, perhaps. Timurids, meanwhile, are fighting Afghanistan? I thought Afghanistan were a vassal. Oh, no. Iran looks like they abandoned them or something. But it looks like the Timurids are growing. They've found a new way to expand. Khiva, of course, is also Timurid vassals. The Timurids are doing pretty well at the moment. If I was the Ottomans, I'd probably be eyeing this with a little bit of concern. Mamelukes have been more or less left alone so far. Tunis hasn't been trying to bully them at all. It looks like they've come to an agreement, judging by how soft these borders here are, saying, this is mine, this is yours, this is Congo's. What have the Mamelukes been doing? I'm going to guess that they've just been building up their economy and stuff like that, because they did take a bit of a buffeting last time. They don't have any loans at the moment. They're probably recovering their income. Yeah, they control 42% of Alexandria, and the Ottomans are stealing a pretty hefty chunk, so they probably want to try and lock in a little bit more here. They are protecting trade, but oh boy, the Ottomans are protecting even harder. How are the Mamluks doing in terms of naval capacity? Yeah, they could do with more light ships. Although if they just go for light ships, they'll be very, very easily interrupted. Who are they allied to? An alliance with Delhi. They've lost their alliance with Hindustan. And the Timurids. That's a little bit isolationist. That would be concerning me. Tunis have kept their alliance with Andalusia and the Papal States pretty alive. Very much a coalition in opposition to the Ottomans here. If any of these broke their alliance, the Ottomans would jump in, I'm pretty sure of it. Spain, completely diplomatically isolated. France, no longer allied with them. No longer allied with Britain as they were previously. That's a lot of Aragon. Oh no, that's a lot of Britain. That makes more sense. I was thinking, blimey, Ibiza is able to support a very large fleet and very large army. Sorry, just double checking things, making sure I'm not getting messages from my administrator. They changed one of the Balearics to my name. Mordred Viking. Ah, thanks guys. I like it. I approve. As well as having a Mordecai and Mordcorp oil. To inform the populace that the former Iotine something is no longer serving in the interest of the consortium and thus have been revoked. Is there something going up? Oh, wow! Ayutthaya has apparently formed Shan. And they have Malacca and G as vassals. I've never even heard of Shan. What's Shan all about? Chance of a new heir, plus 50%. Max promoted cultures, plus 1. Fort defensiveness plus 15, that would be useful. Production efficiency plus 10. Unrest minus 1. Domestic trade plus 10. Land leader shock plus 1. Looting speed plus 10. Legitimacy plus 1. National manpower plus 25. Okay, so they're going to have a very big army, and in fact they do. And then the capstone is manpower recovery plus 15. So manpower modifier and recovery speed. That is a potent combination. No mercenaries here. No siree. So it's going to be in Shan's very best interest to get that professionalism up. Because if they're not going to be using mercenaries because they have a massive manpower pool anyway, you may as well be using the professionalism. Shan is the place that anyone can form. Oh, interesting. They shan't be defeated easily with all those troops. And also the fort defensiveness. Did they have attrition too? I think they did. No, they didn't. I mean, the chance of new heir, The legitimacy, I guess it means that you can abdicate rulers very frequently. Which means you'll be able to roll for better monarchs. That's a system I've never really gotten into massively. France and Spain are at war. Is this Spain retaking these provinces? Or is this France finally having enough of Spain? France is going after Spain. Going after Madrid, going after Toledo. Immediately going for the jugular. And I'm not seeing any... Oh no, we've got a small Spanish army over there in the corner. We have 26,000 Spaniards over here in Argentina. For some reason. Possibly because they were trying to take out the British Argentinian provinces. So Madrid has fallen. Is France just coming in support of their reformed people, calling out for liberation to the greater French cause? Because France is reformed. So is Ulm. So is the Netherlands. Then Poland and Prussia are both Protestant. Sweden. I'm still amazed that Sweden stayed Catholic. I mean, I kind of get it, because they seem to be completely uncontested in terms of the Curia controller, which is definitely of benefit to them. I'm just surprised. I would have thought, like, Austria would be going for Curia controller, but maybe that's an agreement they've made with Sweden. Sweden stays Catholic in exchange for keeping Curia. What did Spain do to make most of Europe mad? I think they've just been fairly weak today. Like, people have seen that Spain has not been putting up a good fight and it's just circling like vultures. Spain's been backed up by everyone they ever allied with except for Portugal. That is true. Prussia never did show up today, did he? No. Been AI all of this time. How's Texas doing? Whoa! Making some serious bank. That's what Texas is doing. 49 ducats in gold. Just 0.1 ducat is being spent on something else. Otherwise, their entire gold income is just money. Their army is still pretty weak. They are recovering that. They have a free merchant. Wasteful. Decent army size. Lots of rebels again. How's your overextension there, buddy? 53%. So you're overcoming it. It's okay. Actually, looks like they're going after Kamchatka. Yeah, this is Texan. So it looks like Iran is either selling or giving their stuff to Texas. So they're keeping their old hometown. They're making sure that that's still theirs. Sorry, I'm being given some secret information. We'll see if anything comes of it. Has the war started? I mean, this is just the occupation of Spain. Doesn't look like Spain's even trying to defend it. Ottomans moving some troops in, maybe deciding they want a piece of Spain as well. The Reconquista. And France is just carpet sieging at this point. Have many factories spawned? No. 5 more years until many factories can spawn. Spain doesn't even have global trade? Eesh, and they're behind in all technologies. Okay. Yeah, Spain seems to be sitting up here, and it looks like France has come up with an agreement to not take this. So I really don't know what Spain is doing at this point. I'm kind of hoping that they're going to switch over to a Mordecai or something. I get the feeling Spain's player is deliberately sabotaging himself for some reason. I'm starting to wonder. I brought it up with Poet. He'll go and investigate. Peace deal. Taking the whole of Spain. For 55% war score. And the Mordecai has incredibly high liberty desire. They may well try to break free soon. In fact, if anyone, like Texas, noticed that and started supporting their independence, they'd be gone. And they're over 50% liberty desire, so they could. Left Cadiz alone. Gibraltar, meanwhile, has gone to Andalusia. What culture is Texas? Kamchandal. AKA Siberian. So I love the fact that it's the Russians that have been colonizing America this time. I mean, I know historically they did as well, but still, it's funny. Uran War, that's a big one. Right at the end of the session as well, that's brave. Uran versus... Uran, Japan... Oh no, yeah, Japan's on the right side. And Maguindanao and Texas versus Timurids and Russia. So Timmy and Russia going after Uran at the moment. Hindustan is currently staying stumm. Though I would not be at all surprised if we see a invasion from Hindustan at some point too. Why am I not? There we go. I wasn't zoomed in far enough. So
hey, Mordred.
Hello.
What's going on with Spain?
Yeah, I just messaged Poet to go and investigate. I don't know if
this is looking very close to nation ruining.
This is very close to nation ruining, I agree.
So
we are aware, we are acting.
Okay. Just thought I'd come check. Alright. Sounds good.
In fact, I'm going to go and have a word with Poet myself. Give me a second. Hey.
Hello. Yeah, we don't seem to have a bacon in chat either.
Okay. I am going to kick him in that case. Oh, I can't. I'll get Fewer to kick him. Hey, Fewer, can you kick Bacon, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh.
Happened.
Don't look at Hamburg. You're definitely not a mess.
Alright, so. Back to the war. That's the first time I've ever had to kick a player. Not something I like doing, but I don't believe that it's not nation ruining anymore. That looks way too suspicious. What's nation ruining? Like, is he filling in or just trolling, you mean? He's deliberately trying to destroy his nation so that it's weaker for his neighbours. It's a very, 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 very frowned upon thing for me. Like, that's almost... Yeah?
That, I'm not able to... Apparently I had something I actually have to turn on before we start the game. I didn't even know that. I thought it should always be there. That control.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Yeah, because I'm looking at all the options and every single one of them is grayed out. I don't... Why?
Oh,
so...
for God's sake.
Yeah. weird that they made that change and that was automatically disabled. I don't understand that. So, yeah, sorry, I can't apparently.
All right. Well, I'm going to ban him from next session regardless because that's just
Okay.
BS.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, we'll need to make sure that we keep that turned on next time. Because, wow. To be honest, I wish Prussia was a little more thicker. Prussia is not here at the moment. They are absent. They are a protected nation. Anyway, so we have the Timurid's forces marching through. We've got Khiva starting to take out Kazakh. Timurid's definitely being the most aggressive here. Uran is... oh, wow, Russia. Big Russian attack in Manchuria at the moment. This looks to be where Uran is the most concerned about because this is going to be far more in threatening the Chinese territories. Japan, meanwhile, is on the Uran side, so are Texas. I don't know if Texas is necessarily going to be in a position to help, except financially. Texas do make a lot of money, so they might well be able to be subsidizing Uran, which right now they're not doing, although Uran makes more than enough money to deal with any early mercenary usage. Russia coming in with some really beefy generals. 6650, 5433. I have a feeling that Russia's been spending quite a lot of military points on upgrading their armies. That's actually very impressive. You're right, Shan have got condottieri as well for Uran, so clearly some agreement being made between these two. Timurids continue to push across, but again, this is all buffer territory. This is not the important stuff. This is the important stuff. Possibly this, well, this too. This right here is the important stuff. So Russia is definitely the one who are most directly threatening it. Russia did take over Saganka, so this isn't just a peaceful exchange of territory. This is a war, and they are really going after them right now. Okay, so he's not stab hitting anymore. That's good. Well, not anymore. They're not stab hitting. I need to keep an eye on Spain. So we've got 135,000 Uran forces against the 20,000 Russians. The Russians are on a -2 because this is a siege. They don't have a general. Are the Russians marching to assist? They are. Are they going to arrive on time, though? They arrive on the 17th. Yes, Russia got some reinforcements in. They now have a level 3 general. They've lost one of the negative pips. 116% discipline against 105. This is Japanese primarily. 4.5 morale against 6.8. How the hell has Russia got so much manpower? Morale is crazy. 200,000 on your own side against 75,000 Russians. The Russians are doing a lot of damage. The pips definitely coming up in favour of the Russians, although they now have artillery in the front row. They do still have another 30,000 troops on the way in or so, but Russia is forced to retreat. These two are locked in. They're not going to be able to cancel that. They are going to be joining this fight, which is not going to be in their interests. In fact, they just get stack wiped. Not sure what happened there with those Russians. And now Uran is chasing after them, force marching as well, maybe hoping to catch some of the Russians out, though it looks like Russia has decided to retreat back far enough. Texas have started to arrive in numbers, and so the first major battle being a Russian defeat, although Timurids, having broken through the outer defensive walls, have started to move in. There are a couple of forts around. They are level 4s, so there is a bit of a roadblock being created in the mountains. Those are in the plains. So Uran may well want to move over and try to reinforce Zagst to repel the Timurid forces. Finland doing a great attack against Saidam here, taking out the territory, the capital, in fact, of Sagia-Yorgia. That was one thing I wanted to check. Is Helson actually telling them where to attack? Oh, I can't tell anymore. No objective that we can see anyway. So the initial Russian incursion has been repulsed and has been pushed back. Russia does have a manpower pool of 200,000, so I don't think they're in any danger anytime soon. Uran this time are actually the ones who are caught out with just 81,000. Although their standing army is 206 versus Russia's 166. So Russia, I think, did lose a couple of regiments there. So I think they were immediately stack wiped against the 200 core stack. Yeah, Spain at this point is definitely nation ruining.